This video is going to be very short and crisp and to the point, and it's targeted towards individuals who are struggling to get a good job or proper job as such, because job authenticity is one of the biggest challenges out there in all job portals. So once you create your profile and suppose you're there on all the major job portals, and I'm talking specifically about the ones which are widely availed in India, you will receive a lot of calls and all sorts of different kinds of workplaces, different kinds of organizations. Some of them may not even be like a proper corporate workplace. So one such example is banking sectors, or as insurance advisors or anything related to that. I'm not saying that they are fake jobs, but there are lots of strings attached to it. First of all, they will ask you to complete a course which is also provided by them, and the course itself will be costing around in 4 digits, and then they'll offer, like, once you complete that and you get the placement, they'll offer you something like maybe 5,000 more than what you have paid. So it's something that I think people should avoid. Ideally, what I do for my personal job search is, this may sound very controversial, the next step that I'm going to give you, because a lot of people might get offended, and I'm not saying that this is what I believe, but this is what I have statistically experienced throughout my job search. Is when an HR or a recruiter calls you and they speak in a vernacular language. So I'm from Kolkata, so sometimes they speak in Bengali, sometimes they speak in Hindi, depending on whichever state you're from. But if they speak in a vernacular language at the start of the conversation, I personally have experienced that it, and by that I mean that the language is not in English. I personally have felt that it's not really a proper job. Something like a string will be attached to it, and it will either be in the finance section where they'll ask you to promote their like policies and all. So this is something which I like abide by, and I know that some people will say that okay, Hindi is our national language, so like we shouldn't discriminate. I'm not discriminating against any language, but statistically I've seen that if any recruiter calls you and immediately starts speaking in a vernacular language, it usually ends up not being a good or a proper job. So I give preference to recruiters who speak and introduce themselves in English, and who have a very like formal touch when they're speaking. It's not like in like some of the recruiters in Calcutta, they call me and they start speaking in such an informal tone, and that really gives a very bad image of not only the person who is calling but also the company that they're representing. So first of all, this language thing I use. One of the like most basic factors, I think all of you are using Truecaller. So if you have Truecaller activated as your default dialer, you'll automatically get to see if there are any spam reports. So by that also you can judge. Another thing is consultancies. Consultancies are basically placement agencies, third-party companies which offer to place you in certain companies which are affiliated with them. If you are not working anywhere, if you are like without a job, then you can try via consultancies, but I have seen that the chances of getting selected are very low, because they are the consultancies are hiring from a large pool of candidates, not hiring but recruiting from a large pool of candidates, and there a very extensive selection process is applied. So I remember that my second ever job that I joined in my life, that was through a consultancy, but that was when I was not working and it just happened as such. But if you're already working, leaves will be limited. You will not They will not often grant your leaves or approve your leaves or half day. So don't waste your time in giving interviews via consultancies. I think if a direct company calls you, the HR from a company directly calls you and schedules an interview, there I think the chances of getting selected there rises from 50 to 70%. So this is something that I abide by. I am currently working, and if I get a call from a consultancy, I either reject it or I just don't pick up the call. So this is something which applies for people who are already working, not for freshers. If you're a fresher and you have time at hand, you don't have any problem of taking leaves or getting leaves approved, then you can try for consultancies. How to check how the workplace is, what are the feedback, and what is the work culture over there. So first of all, you try to acquire as many details as you can from the recruiter itself. Specifically, you must acquire the company name and the address. Once you get the name and the address, you search on Google or on any portal which gives reviews. So there is Glassdoor, there is Ambition Box, there is Indeed, as well as LinkedIn, where you can check what the culture of the organization is and what the other employees are talking about. Additionally, I will also mention Google Maps. So if you have the address, or you can just search the name of the company in Google Maps, and this will not always work, but sometimes it can work. And then you see the reviews. So there will be customer reviews also, and there will be employee reviews also, and see what the employees are talking about. So when I see that there are lots of red flags adding up, a lot of employees are talking in a negative tone on Google Maps, Glassdoor, Ambition Box, then I take a step down. I try to be cautious with the company. And this happened very recently with me in December when I will not take any names here, but there was a particular company which called me, and they were very like the HR was very keen on hiring me. So I went for, and we had the interview scheduled on Saturday evening, because where I'm currently working, Saturdays are half days. So I went there, and the person who called me was not there. This happened on 7th of December. So this I was a bit taken aback, because the person who was very interested in me, hiring me, that person was not there, and then another representative took my interview. So subsequently, what happened was they scheduled another round of interviews for the following Saturday. I straight away told them, because I could not request for any more leaves, because it was Christmas season and I would, as it is, need some leaves during that season. Strangely enough, the following Saturday also, when I went there, first of all, the address was changed. So I was riding my vehicle there, and the address was changed in the middle of my journey, and then I had to drive to a different location. Then when I went there, I was made to stand outside the building for half an hour. There was not even any reception provided. And then after half an hour, the recruiting person, he called me, and he said that it was again rescheduled for next day, which was Sunday morning, because person who was scheduled to take my interview got stuck in some meetings. I even agreed on that. I said, okay, fine. Then even next Sunday, the interview did not happen. It was again rescheduled to Monday. And I again told them that weekdays will not be possible for me. And like this, the interview just got delayed for 3 weeks. And ultimately, after 3 weeks, I finally gave the interview. I met with the managing director, and I just didn't get a good vibe. I felt that they were asking certain things which I will not be able to provide, and particularly work-life balance, I felt that it was very less. And I searched on Glassdoor and Ambition Box also, and I didn't get a lot of good reviews. So I took a step down. I didn't proceed with the company. So this is what something you can do. All right, I think these were all the facts that I wanted to present, and this is how you can narrow down your job search and proceed with the jobs or companies which are actually authentic, good, and have proper work-life balance, not too many negative employee reviews. This video has already become quite longer than I had anticipated it to be, so I'll just end my video there. Also, before I go, I'll say that few months back I posted a short video, like YouTube Shorts, on my first channel, which is Lightscape Odyssey, regarding my work experience at Planet Spark. So I'm now going to make the full video, like right after I stop recording this one, I'll start recording that one, and that video is going to come up in my first channel, Lightscape Odyssey. Once it's uploaded, I'll also put down the link, so you can go and watch that video if you want to know how my work experience at Planet Spark will be, has been, and why I have left that organization.